All right, everyone, Dr. Kory here, and we are in the winner's chair with my good friend Peter. Peter's been a patient now for, how long has it been?
Oh gosh, probably about 6 months.
6 months. 6 months. And with we get a relationship. That's why I love my job. I love my patients. And the same thing, I get respect for Peter and vice versa. Peter's been huge in just kind of adopting our mission and kind of helping to fulfill our mission with getting people reclaimed, getting people happy, getting people healthy, getting people back, just winning at life. So that's why he's in the winning chair today. A couple things with Peter, when he first came in, pretty rigid. Just kind of that typical tight, the guy tight. Hamstrings were tight, hips were tight, suffering from low back pain.
Yep.
And just, he's typical desk job. He works hard and didn't take much time for himself, would you say?
Yeah,
just
in
the past.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, we've gone pretty aggressive. Peter committed to a couple times a week at first to coming in and getting stretched on the table, which has been one of my favorite therapies. And basically what you do is you lay on the table and I do the work. And then as we go through that and we loosen things up, I kind of hand more to you,
mm-hmm.
and Peter then does more of the stretching at home. But as far as I'm going to kind of turn over to Peter here in a little bit as far as kind of letting him kind of just, from his mouth, where he's been, and then, what he's kind of experienced through stretching. And then I'll come back on and we'll talk a little bit more of the wins that I'm excited for as far as some mental wins for Peter. So go ahead and kind of like where were you at, how'd you feel, and then where you're at now and like how you're feeling.
Yeah, definitely. Well, when I came in, like I said, about 6 months ago or so, particularly having issues with my lower back, waking up really sore, waking up in the middle of the night being sore, sore enough or like you said, rigid kind of, just tight and really affecting, my sleep, but then also just my, my everyday life, even during the day is feeling stiff or not having the flexibility or the, just, I don't know. I mean, it kind of extends into just how you feel in general, I think. So,
It wears on you.
Yeah. I mean, I was putting in long hours, and like you say, desk job. Probably spending too long in sitting down. I've got to stand desk now. I stand more, but still needing more than just that because trying to mix it up during the day. And so coming here has been tremendous. Starting with stretch therapy, eventually getting into adjustments on a regular basis, but then also, your coaching in terms of things I can do at home, and then also staying on me to make sure I'm sticking to it.
You're pretty good though.
You've
been good.
Getting to it, or at least when I can, and so overall, I mean, it's not an overnight process, but you do see results. Incrementally over time, and you got to stick with it, obviously, and that it means there's obviously the important role you play in terms of with the stretching and the adjustments, and then kind of giving me sort of the tools I need to kind of do stretching and do work at home. I mean, I'd always enjoyed working out when I was younger. I'm 41 now, so like
I'm almost 40.
so I mean, I guess like that was always something that I thought, well, if I can get that time in, I can kind of make up for other deficits.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to get to the point in life where I realize that there's a little bit more to it than that. And then of course the fact that when you get busy, sometimes you don't even get to that. So I think this is definitely
How do you feel now?
Tools. I feel really good. I mean, I think that it's I still like to feel even better.
Right,
I'm very grateful for how much ground I've made. I want to keep that. I want to keep keep those gains.
Yep, that's a journey, and that's health.
And I want to expand upon them. We were just talking about. I just got back from a trip to Mexico where I did some hiking and running around, and feel really good after not being in front of the desk for a week, but I'm back to it now. But
But what's coming up scheduled?
I've got a week of downtime, which is probably even more important, going up to a cabin, and I'm using all my vacation time at the end of the year here, if anyone's wondering. But then it'll be back to work
So I asked
in
him
2019.
if he's trying retirement now or not. But here's what I love. Okay, here's what I love. Comes in tight, rigid, working hard.
Yeah.
And now there's a mindset change. Okay, and that's what happens when you're tight and you're rigid. You're not focusing on the great things in life and how great life is. And now, I hear these things of, you went backpacking, the one before Mexico.
Yep.
And sleeping in a tent and doing cool things like that, and then Mexico.
Yep.
And then now cabin. I mean, that's what it's about, in my opinion. And I just love that mental change that he's making, and that's why it's a win. He's winning right now. Okay, you're winning right now. And that's what I love, and it will only get better for him as he stays focused and keeps, that winning attitude, keeps doing things, and keeps putting you as a priority.
Yeah, and I think the mental change is it didn't come out of nowhere. I mean, I think coming in here and having feeling a little bit more confidence with my just the stretching, just my range of motion, just feeling a little bit more whole as I was when I was younger and doing those things, and I didn't think twice about it. I was like, can I do? Am I going to be able to do that anymore? Or how's that going to feel? Sleeping in a tent, whatever it might be.
I remember that talk we had about that. I'm like,
if I'm not sleeping well in my bed at home, am I going to sleep well in the tent? Sort of thing. So no, I mean, it's definitely given me more confidence and maybe change my attitude around a little bit and kind of finding that balance. I still put in the time at work, but finding time for coming in here. And then doing those things like doing the stretching and the work.
And you can do it all. That's what I'm saying. You can do it. You can work hard. You can still have time for yourself. You can still have time to go out and enjoy life. I mean, winners win. That's what we do, and that's it's just a focus. And hard work equals happiness, and that's what you're experiencing. So, all right, we're tuning out. Thank you for listening, and we are rocking and rolling. You're gonna see more of this guy.
All right.
And we will keep winning.